Welcome to the Christian Ministries Church podcast, where we share God's Word with you wherever you are. Our prayer is that today's message equips you with biblical truth to help you walk in the fullness of God. To learn more about our ministry, visit us at cmchurch.com. Thank you for listening, and may God's Spirit continue to strengthen you on your journey of faith.
To build a life that stands in the storms, just the storms of just living, financial storms. I mean, we've been there. Health storms, a job storm, storms in your family, storms with a friend. On and on and on, we could talk about the storms of life. And the thing that I want to say is none of that is abnormal. Not any of that. Now, you think it's a strange thing only happening to you, but none of that is abnormal. Health storms, job storms, these are storms living life. Houses, if you have a house that you stay in, and if it has water pipes in it, I don't know if any of you maybe don't have any running water in your house. We're still a rural area. Some of y'all that have moved in here think so, but we do have running water here. But if you've got a house and it's got water pipes in it, you can just know that one of those 1,000 connectors and elbows and 45s in the wall are going to come loose. They're going to break. And I don't know if you've ever noticed it about a broken water pipe. It never breaks right beside your chair when you're sitting there. And it just starts spewing and you jump up and turn it off and fix that. No, it always breaks when you're out of town for 3 days. That's a storm. When you've got water running in your house and filling up the floor and running up the walls. Here's what I'm asking. Do you stand strong or do you emotionally unravel in those times? If you have a car, batteries go out 3 to 4, maybe 5 years. Tires pick up nails on the road. Transmissions wear out. And that's not abnormal. Every single car on the road does this. And it never happens when you're in the garage. I don't even know. The transmission never goes out when you are shopping next door to the mechanic shop. It's always when you're out of town, you're on the freeway, and it's a storm in your life. Just living daily life, we encounter storms. The question is, do the daily storms of life throw you into a tailspin? Are you mad? Are you cussing? Are you flipping somebody off? Are you blaming God? Are you unraveling? Your peace is just gone when life happens. And I see it daily, and you do too. Life happens. It's not abnormal. 1 Peter 4:12 tells us it's not a strange thing happening only to you. But you've watched this in your life. You see it happen. Life happens, and they get mad and quit the church. Life happens, and they're mad at God. How can a God? I don't even believe in God. How did a good God let something like this happen? I don't even believe in God. I mean, blaming God, bitter, angry, living mad, just living bitter. Life happens, and a crisis happens, and you get so jerked up, it causes a divorce, it causes a move, and your life unravels, and to handle it, you just become an alcoholic to just deal with it all. This year for us, we're focusing on how to stand in the midst of it all. 1 Peter, what happens to you? It's not a strange thing that only happens to you. It is definitely a storm when it happens to you. It's a storm. Now, here's the main point. as I introduce in the next few minutes this series that we're going to be talking about. My main point in this is I can't do anything about your tire picking up a nail. I can't do anything about what happened to you. What we're talking about is developing the ability to live happy, to live blessed, to live enjoying life, to live stable, to live consistent, steady, happy lives in the midst of what life brings, in the midst of all of these storms. Now, to do that, you'll have to learn to manage your life. You'll have to learn to manage your life. This is a foreign concept to this era. And in our Leaders Academy internship program, this is a whole class that we teach this generation or this era that we're living in, because we are in a time when you follow the path of least resistance. You know, a couple of hundred years ago, when you were living on the East Coast, you were living in Boston and you decided to pack all of your belongings in a covered wagon and head west. That's not the path of least resistance. Here's what I'm telling you. We're in a society now that follows the path of least resistance, that follows the emotion that rises up. And when things happen in your life, an emotion just happens. An emotion rises up. A whim, a mood, an emotion comes over you. And you can be totally controlled by what just happened. And so your life is lived in a perpetual roller coaster because you live off of what just happened. And man, we just had a great day. It was fun. And you're up here like this. You walk out the next morning and your tire has a flat in it. And you're down here kicking the car and mad and slamming the door. See, your life is controlled by whatever event just happened. And many today have no concept of managing your life. I don't ever want to speak bad of emotions. I don't want to live without emotions. Emotions make life for us. Emotions are a wonderful thing. They're what makes life fun and enjoyable. But they're never meant to direct and guide and make decisions. They're never meant to be the deciding factor. See, an emotion is the deciding factor of you quitting your job. An emotion is the deciding factor of you packing up your stuff and getting out of this town. The emotion is the deciding factor of the decisions that we make. And that's what's got to change for us to have the kind of life that we want to live. We got to learn to manage our life. The dictionary gives us a definition: manage, to control the movement, to control the behavior, to have charge, to direct. And it's just sad to say not many people have charge of their life. That not many people control the movement of their life. Their life is like sitting in a raft, holding on to the side and crashing down the river, banging off of the rocks on either side, and you're just trying to stay alive. You're not a hold of the steering wheel. You're just crashing through life, and that's not the life God intended on you and I to live. What happened to you 20 years ago is still in total control of you today. What your dad did, what your mom did, is still controlling your mood, your level of anger. It's still controlling your frustration. No one ever told many in this era in history we're living in, you can grab the steering wheel of your life. You can direct the movement of your life. And this is a profound revelation to many of our interns when Paul's teaching this class and he stands up and says, do you know what? You can direct your life. It's like I've never heard that before. When God said in 2 Corinthians 10:5, take every thought captive, you have the ability to do that, or he would have said that. When God said in Ephesians and in Colossians, put off anger, you have the ability to do that. God created each of us with the ability to control our thoughts, to control our behavior, and to manage, to exert control, to direct our life. Well, Tim, I'm just telling you straight up, I had no control of this. This happened. Nothing I did or nothing I could have done could have changed it. That's very true. You cannot change or stop what happened. What you have 100% control over is your reaction to it, is your response to it, is how you come out of it. That's what we want to talk about as we talk about managing our life. You can't control the storm, but you can control its effect on your life. How very foolish when the police pulls you over for speeding for you to look at that policeman and say, it wasn't me. Right foot, it just kept pressing on that pedal. I said you shouldn't do that, but my right foot just kept pressing. How very foolish to say, my wife, my boss, just pushes my buttons. I flew off the handle because when they came in, they just pushed my buttons. Whoa. You chose not to take your foot off the gas pedal. You chose not to turn off anger. See, you chose not to stop those words from coming out of your mouth. You are in control of what you do and of what you say. You control your response to what just happened. Now, this is what we're going to be talking about in these coming weeks. You can't go back and change the cards that life dealt you, but we can change our thoughts about it. The word manage, to control the movement, to control the behavior, to have charge, to direct. You can manage your life. The words out of your mouth are not controlled by what just happened. You decide that. Your actions are under your control. Your actions aren't controlled by what just happened. Your decisions are under your control, not by what was just said or what was just done. We're learning to manage those words, actions, and decisions. And we're managing my words, my actions, and my decisions to a desired outcome in my life. I want to produce this kind of life, then I have to manage myself along the way to produce that in my life. Now here's what is just news to so many. Your thoughts are just like your right foot pushing on that gas pedal. And you tell the police, it wasn't me, it was my foot. It's just like you telling me, Tim, my mind, it just keeps on. My mind, Tim, my mind just keeps on. Well, maybe you want to take your foot off the gas. Maybe you want to stop thinking that thought and start thinking these thoughts. My hand at one time didn't pass a convenience store that it didn't get a honey bun in it, and my hand put honey buns in my mouth. The mistake I made was going to the doctor and having my blood sugar checked. And my doctor said I wouldn't get in the car and ride home with you. That's how high your blood sugar is. Said, if you keep doing what you're doing, at some point, Your eyes are going to be gone. At some point, we're going to start having to whittle off your toes and your feet and your legs. That's what's going to happen if you keep putting honey buns and Mountain Dew in your mouth. So I stopped my hand from putting those things in my mouth. See, I couldn't stop. I just kept on thinking that. I just kept on thinking that. See, at some point, you stop and take control of what you're thinking. Your thoughts are exactly like your hand that continues to put donuts in your mouth, knowing that your sugar level is over 500. Come on, you got to take control. See, managing your life is managing your thoughts. It's managing your actions. You find out that your thoughts are killing you. See, I found out my sugar level was killing me. So I had to change. Your thoughts are killing you about your past, your thoughts about your future, your thoughts about your health, your thoughts about the inflation rate, the cost of gas, the cost of a home, I don't know, whatever it is. I look down and I see my speed. I'm not a fast driver. I drive a 3/4 ton truck. Most time it's hooked to a trailer, and I don't drive fast. But y'all, I get in Terry's little car. Man, that thing will get away from you. I mean, I look down and that speedometer is almost 90 miles an hour. I'm like, boom! My truck doesn't do like that. I'm feeling good about it. And I say to myself, I say it out loud to her, I got to slow this thing down or I'm going to get in trouble. See, recognize if I keep thinking this, I'm going to get in trouble. If I continue to let my right foot push on this pedal, I'm going to get in trouble. If I continue to let my mind think on this right here, I'm going to get in trouble. This is going to lead me somewhere where I don't want to be. You got to stop that foot from pushing on that pedal, and you've got to stop what's in your mind right now that's making you nervous, that's making you anxious. If you keep thinking this, you're going to live in hate. If you keep thinking this, are you hearing this? I'm headed. Now, I'm not getting pulled over yet, but you're going to. I'm not getting in trouble yet with my sugar level, but you're going to. So before the police turn on those blue lights, I want to exercise control over myself. You got to stop thinking this. Now, the Bible, and I've got to move on, but the Bible talks about sweeping a house clean. And y'all know what happens. You try to stop thinking wrong thoughts, they'll come back 7 times worse. What you got to do is replace those thoughts. And if you don't know what to think about, Philippians gives you a pretty good list. Whatever's lovely, whatever's pure, whatever's good. Think on these things. There's a good list. I'm going to stop thinking that, and I'm going to start thinking about this. And if I don't, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. I'm going to have a total come apart if I don't stop thinking like this. Manage. It says to control the movement, to control the behavior, to have charge, to direct. I'm asking, are you directing your thoughts? Are you in charge of your words? Are you in charge of your attitude? Are you in charge of your actions? Or does the moment, the event, control your words, control your actions, control your attitude, control your response, and here you go, twisting off? I want to be used by the Lord. That's what I want to do. I want to be pleasing to God. I want to hear well done from the Lord. I want to be loved by my wife. I want to be respected by my wife. I want to be successful in business. I want to have $100 bills in my pocket, and I want to have money in a savings account. I want to drive a truck that starts when I get in it. I haven't always had that. So I manage to that outcome. With the amount of money I have coming in, for me to have $100 bills in my pocket and money in my savings account, for me to have my wife respect me, then I'm not going to buy the horse that I saw online today for $50,000. And man, I'd like to have that dude. My wife would not respect me if I did that. But I still would like to have it. I have to what makes decisions is not a whim, it's not a want to, it's not a mood. What makes decisions is the kind of life that I want to live. I want to live a life, are you hearing me? Pleasing to the Lord. I want to live a life that has money in a savings account. That's what I want to do. Yes, I would like to have a new four-wheeler. The one I got has got all kinds of issues. The seat's coming apart. Just keep putting duct tape on it. I'd like to have a new four-wheeler, but my wife is not going to respect me if I go out and blow money on this when we don't have money for what we need over here. So I've got to manage my life according to what kind of life that I want to live. I'm not going to let a string of four-letter words come out of my mouth and then wonder why my wife don't respect me. She just don't respect me. What about you have you given for anybody to respect? See, you've got to manage your life if you want to be respected. I want my boss to respect me. I want my boss to see me as dependable. I want my boss to see me as a hard worker. Okay, so I manage my life. I don't hit the snooze button. I'm going to get up and be early to work. I don't feel good, but I'm going anyway to work. Some days I work feeling good. Some days I work feeling bad. But see, your boss hired you to do a job. Your boss hired you because they needed you. That's why they hired you. But one day a week you call in, your car didn't start. One day you called in because your mother-in-law's dog got sick and you had to take your mother-in-law's dog to the vet. And then one day you called in and you couldn't come because your foot hurt. And then one day, I hate all that, but pretty soon your boss will have to let you go and hire somebody else to be there because I have things I needed to have done. Is that making sense to you? Here's what I'm telling you. You don't make decisions based on a whim. You make decisions on the kind of outcome that you want in your life. Tim, my car wouldn't start. It just wouldn't start. We'll call somebody quick and get a ride to work. When you get off after work, then fix your car and have it ready to go for tomorrow morning. But you be at work and you get there early and you do a good job. That's how your boss respects you. That's how you are blessed in life. You're not ever going to luck into respect. And it's not ever your boss's fault because he doesn't respect you. It's not your wife's fault because she doesn't respect you. You exert control over your behavior. Tonight we're going to begin a 12-week study on managing our life. And in this series, as we manage our life, we're going to be talking about directing your life where you want it to go and stop letting anger direct your life. Stop letting a whim direct your life. Not letting frustration make decisions in your life. We're going to talk about you directing and taking control of your own life. We're going to talk about managing your supply. What are you putting in? What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you feeding yourself? You're not going to be better than what you're watching. You're not going to rise above what you're feeding yourself. What is the supply that you have coming in. We're going to talk about managing your thoughts, how to get a hold of your thought life. We're going to talk about managing your words, the words that come out of your mouth. We've got to stop letting words come out of our mouth. You got to stop it. You got to stop posting this, saying this, yelling this, do it. We've got to stop these words from coming out of our mouth. They're not producing what you want to be produced in your life. We've got to stop these actions. Jumping up, slamming the door, getting in your car, peeling out, slinging gravel all over it. Come on. We're going to have to manage our time. We got to manage our time. Managing your time. You're not controlled by time. Time controls you. You control your time. Managing your time. So many just can't manage their time. And because they can't, they're always stressed out. They're always late. They're always jerked up. They're always in a hurry. They're always in a frenzy. Manage your time. It's amazing whenever you get a hold of managing your time, how you did live stress-free. If you're 10 minutes early, you're not jerked up. If you're 20 minutes late, you've been jerked up all day. We want to talk about managing your character. What kind of character are you building? What are you known for? What does your family know you for? What is your friends? What around your town, around your community, what are you known for? Character. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about making decisions. We're going to talk about decisions. We're going to talk about obligations and how to live under obligations and not under emotions. I want to encourage you. Don't miss a single one of these 12 sessions. There are going to be some vital keys that will benefit your life greatly. Don't miss a single session. Now, clearly, something comes up, you're out of town on vacation, you're gone. Don't miss. You don't miss what God is teaching us here. When you can't be here, you go back and hear the podcast and you download this into your life. All of us in here, we're building a life that stands. And to do that, we're going to have to learn to manage our life. Y'all stand with me. Well, I'm looking forward. I'm looking so forward to this series. Many of you have said, Tim, I wish we could take some of the LA classes. Some of this is coming right out of what we teach our interns here. Just be here. It's worth the effort. Get here and let's change what is happening in our life. God, we submit our life to you, and we're going to take control of our life. Emotions, whims, anger. I'm no longer going to be led and governed in my life because I got mad. Lord, I want to direct and guide my life in a way that it's pleasing to you.
Thank you for listening to today's message. We hope you can join us in person on Sundays at 9 and 10:30 a.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. If you were impacted by today's message and would like to support our ministry, you can give at cmchurch.com. We pray that the Lord continues to bless you throughout this week.